The following is a hockey podcast out of Vancouver and Surrey, British Columbia. It'll only consist of a lot of puck talk and even more BS, or in actual words, banter and satire. Enjoy, and as always, go Canucks go.
What are the chances that Archer Sheaves does that less than 24 hours after Kevin Lankinen signs a deal with the Canucks? Essentially stealing the dream, or what Sheaves envisioned happening for himself in 2025. Again, Sheaves doing him today, doing him ASAP, and being stone cold. Well, let's talk about it on this episode of Locked On Canucks.
You're Locked On Canucks, your daily podcast on the Vancouver Canucks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
People, we doing this, and that's giving you that West Coast bias, a.k.a. that Archer Sheaves bias. On this Sunday edition of Locked On Canucks, my name is Kyle Bowen. One love to the network. Yes, Locked On. That tells the people, man, that we're giving it to you every day. Okay, it's your team every day, a.k.a. your Canucks every day. That's the mantra, that's the spirit, and that's the belief. One love to the Don't Doze Art Lab, too, for giving us the space to give you this show, give you this conversation. And this conversation, man, has a lot to do with the goaltending situation in Vancouver and what's about to happen. This also is, again, a conversation powered by Latvia, because the more and more I live life, the more and more I realize that, yes, I'm a Findu, a.k.a. a Fijian Hindu, but I'm also a Latvian, okay? Because I am so pro Archer Sheaves. I was about to say I'm so pro anti Kevin Lankinen. That's rude. That's dark, because he just got here. But I think I've had enough of this belief that he's already the number 2. He's already that guy. He's already ahead of Archer Sheaves on the depth chart. For real. I don't like that. How is that possible for Kevin Lankinen to be that guy already when he was the backup to the team that Archer Sheaves kicked out in the 2024 Stanley Cup playoffs? In what world is that dude gifted this task? And that task is, to be Demko's replacement. ASAP, but also way down the road. That's a conversation for another time. But again, essentially, you're looking to replace Demko. Sounds impossible, but Archer Sheaves, the ceiling there is pretty effing high. And look at what he did today, okay? The scrimmage. Everyone's watching the scrimmage. 18 million viewers, I think. The same scrimmage that they're charging $30 for, right? Is that the truth? And thousands and thousands and thousands of people in Penticton viewed this scrimmage. A lot of people online watched it. And a lot of people saw Archer Sheaves tell Rick Tocchet, metaphorically speaking, that Kevin Lankinen isn't their guy. Archer Sheaves is their guy, again, when Demko is not in the lineup. Because, man, oh, man, in a scrimmage where there's no physicality and the defense still sucks, in a scrimmage that happens, at the end of the week, in which goaltending, quote unquote, has been a problem at training camp. A lot of goals being scored on these programs and these drills that are oriented towards, giving the Canucks more offensive punch. The goalie's not looking good. They just signed Kevin Lankinen. 24 hours later, Archer Sheaves stops 16 shots, all 16 shots in the one period he played in that scrimmage, including a couple spectacular saves. And I know it's just a scrimmage. But it's also a really young goaltender that once again has proven that he's so calm, he's so cool, and he's so collected. I'm not going to compare this to the Stanley Cup playoffs and what he had to do being the third stringer going into game 4 in round 1. It's not that. But again, it's another example of Sheaves being stone cold. And I'm pretty sure you need to be that type of guy to be between the pipes. Yes, the pipes of your Vancouver Canucks team. Kevin Lankinen signs 24 hours later. He's looking like he's the best player on the team. I know I sound crazy, but close your eyes. Close your eyes right now. Remember the playoffs. Remember those games. Remember those moments. Remember those stretches. Remember Game 3 in Edmonton. Game 4 in Nashville. The dude's spectacular. Game 6 in Nashville. The guy's ceiling, again, is very, very high. Is Kevin Lankinen's that high? Yes, Kevin Lankinen. The underlying data, the stats, the numbers. Hey, the play on the ice showcases that he's, one of the best backups in hockey, and that the Canucks got a steal of a deal here, ensuring that, for this year, 2025, they'll have 3 capable NHL goaltenders when Thatcher Demko's back. That's a pretty essential tool you need in this toolkit, considering you don't know what the deal is with Demko. You do need 3 goalies on this team. And that will be the case the whole way through. But who's that number 2 guy? Who's the backup in the playoffs? Who's starting? Yes, starting a playoff game first if Demko can't go. The answer right now, it's easy. It's Artur Sheaves. And I'm hearing all this conversation that, he may need more seasoning in the AHL, and this is not a bad thing, and it is what it is, and at least the team plays in Abbotsford, and it's cool, it's great. Get him his games played, keep him warm, keep him learning. He's a young, humble dude, but he's by far and away the second best goalie in this organization. And yes, that's with Kevin Lankinen. Getting Kevin Lankinen, probably a really good thing for Artur Sheaves, right? These guys, so competitive. And yes, Sheaves has a bit of silliness to him, and also just a bit of personality, right? He's just unique. He's his own guy. It's cool. But deep down inside, again, the guy is stone cold. And in my opinion, on his way to being elite. And look at me, right? Exaggerating the most after watching him stop all 16 shots in a scrimmage. But again, impressive for a young guy who thought he was the backup, signed a 2-year deal. I'm assuming that he just dreamt of, playing in Vancouver the whole way through, being with the guys, being with the men of the Canucks, being with those guys, being around Quinn Hughes, JT, Demko, Pedersen. It's going to be a fun year, right? Flying on the planes, being an NHLer. And before you know it, the Demko thing happens, and now this team gets a way above average backup. Like, again, one of the best backups in hockey to add to the depth chart. And for a lot of young guys, that could be a step back internally. A lot of people would maybe take their foot off the pedal, ease up, knowing that you're prepping for the AHL and not the NHL. And what does Sheaves do right away? I was about to swear there, but he's a brick wall. Again, it's a scrimmage, but this guy's a young guy in a pressure cooker market doing his thing. And man, oh man, I'm impressed. And I'm still convinced that Sheaves is by far and away, by a mile or 2 or 100, the second best goaltender on the team. You really think this guy's going to lose his job to, again, the backup goalie of the team he defeated in the playoffs? Like, where are we living? This ain't Utah. It's the Vancouver Canucks. Now let's get to some comments, okay? Look at this. Jason Henderson saying you should really get rid of the Oilers logo on your podcast. What do we have? The Losers Edmonton Oilers logo. I know. It's a bit petty. It's also a bit lazy when I just, want to do these random streams and just talk to the people. Boom, bam. Don't got to make this one any backgrounds. This one's set up in the settings, and I love it. Look at this. Syndicate, okay? The tandem. Yes, this tandem, sorry, of Kevin Lankinen and Artur Sheaves, or Artur Sheaves and Kevin Lankinen can hold down the fort until Demko comes back. And yeah, I'm convinced of that too. And I'm also convinced that I may be onto something when I continue to say that the Canucks may need to outscore their problems early on. And if that's the case, getting Demko like goaltending during spurts through his departure from the team, or not his departure, but his absence from the team, it's going to be essential. And I just look at Sheaves' ceiling and what he did in the biggest of moments last year, what he did for Latvia a handful of months ago, what he did in this scrimmage. I just feel as if this guy's ceiling can give you some sort of Demko-like performances. And for a guy that essentially is in line to replace Demko in like 2 years, right? When both their contracts are up, I just feel as if this guy getting NHL action is so vital for like the 5-year plan for being competitive for a very long time. Such an essential piece. Is Kevin Lankinen that guy? I don't know what the future holds, but man, Sheaves, come on. Drafted, developed. We've seen what he could do for a short period of time. Look at what he did in the scrimmage. Give this guy the action, right? Callum telling me to go to church, man. Hey, I am at church. Look at Vancouver's my life saying, when we get healthy, we can get Lankinen out of here and bring in a decent defenseman. I don't know if maybe if Lankinen puts up unreal numbers, then yeah, his trade value goes up a tier or two, but I don't even think that's enough to fetch a defenseman better than Noah Juleson or Mark Friedman. Like, you're not pushing the needle with a backup goaltending trade. Kevin Lankinen waited till what? September, basically Christmas, to sign a deal. Not the most sought after backup. Real talk. That being said, I am serious about Lankinen. Again, the underlying data is saying that this guy's really good. I just feel as if the Canucks are going to go the whole way through, no matter what happens with 3 goaltenders. And that's with me having such a strong belief in Sheaves. I just know that this organization, who likes to be ready, who likes to be equipped, they're keeping Lankinen the whole way through. It's going to be a 3-headed monster here. Hey, you might need something. You might need that, right? Who knows how long Demko is going to be out for? And by the time it's all said and done and we get to like game 82, like there's a 25% chance that three starters for your Canucks all had like 24 starts or more. What a situation, man. What a situation. Now look at hell of a shot, okay? How does the New Jersey Devils do this season with Markstrom and Travis Green? I mean, damn. It's a Canucks podcast, but man, I don't mind ever not spending more minutes talking about Jacob Markstrom, because I just remember how strong he was towards the end of his Canucks tenure, and that was during a time where he was dealing with a lot of personal stuff, man. I believe his father passed away, and he was holding it down, keeping it on the low, dealing with it, and just supplying superb performance after performance after performance, and helping the Canucks be competitive for a handful of months there. And that came after a time where not that long before that, I was just way out on Markstrom being anything in the NHL. He might be up there with that category of athletes that proved me the F wrong, for real. I should have quit doing whatever I'm doing right now, considering how wrong I was on Jacob Markstrom. And he's going to add a lot. Yes, add a lot to the New Jersey Devils. It's that backbone, and he's still really good and really competitive, and the whole Travis Green thing too. Wait, did I say Travis Green's in Ottawa? Isn't Travis Green in Ottawa? What am I talking about, man? It's Sunday somewhere. What? Okay, come on. That was a trick question. Hell of a shot. Okay, Travis Green is in Ottawa. How do I think he's going to do in Ottawa? I don't care. I don't give a beep. Okay, go Canucks, go Archer Sheaves, go. Go Kevin Lankinen, go as well, dude. I know it may have sounded like I was being really pessimistic here. I believe what everyone's saying about you. I just don't believe you're better than Archer Sheaves. Okay, that's just the truth. Anyways, my name's Kyle Bowen, KYLEBHAWAN. Hit the like button, subscribe to the show. Your Canucks every minute, every hour, every second, every 12 hours. Do the math. We're here all the time because we're addicted to this thing called Your Canucks. One love to the Don't Does Art Lab for giving us a space. Have a good morning, a good afternoon, a good night. We don't know when you're watching this or listening to this, But man, oh man, we do appreciate it. Go Canucks, go. A preseason starts soon. We made it. One love. Peace.
Your Locked